Hello, I'm Miss Stephanie, the Social Services and Youth Information Librarian, and every first Thursday of the month at Let's Talk About It, we feature or highlight an organization that can offer resources or information to meet your needs. On this Let's Talk About It, we have a special presentation. We were privileged enough to have a presentation on Thursday, November 30th at 6 o'clock at the downtown programming room, where the legal aid support specialist was able to give us a tour of their website, how it works, how the chat service works, and talk about legal topics such as divorce with or without children, eviction, and other type of legal help that people may need assistance for. When you come to Willard Library, we will show you how to get on the computer, and we will show you how to get to the website. So the rest of this presentation will be via Zoom from our representative, Catherine, that will talk to you about a lot of legal information. Thank you for listening, and come to Willard Library to check out the website and ask any questions that you may have.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is then I'm going to share my screen. Okay, and can everybody see the first slide that says welcome to Michigan Legal Help? So when I said that I had like a brief presentation, I mean really brief. It's only about 4 slides because I really would like to get into the meat of the website, which is, showing you around and how to navigate it. So with that being said, my name is Katie Miller, and I am the outreach coordinator for Michigan Legal Help. And today we're going to talk about the Michigan Legal Help website, the tools that we offer, and how to find a lawyer by using our website. The first thing that I'd like to do is let's talk about some facts and the history of the website. So as you can see here, we have some facts that I would like to go over. So we have an average of about 62,300 visits per week in 2023. We have currently 52 do-it-yourself tools, which the guide uses they create legal forms and are supported by articles, introductions, and videos to aid in completing the cases. All of the content is created by licensed Michigan attorneys and is written at or near a 6th grade reading level. The content is reviewed regularly to ensure that it is up to date and accurate. We have a live help chat service, which helps navigators navigate the website, and it is available from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. We also have an email address so that our visitors can send questions. It takes about 24-hour turnover for those, but if you don't make it within those times of live help, you can just email us, and that one is 24/7. We also have the Spanish side of our website, and it provides all the content in Spanish, as well as our DIY tools, articles, and videos. Here you can see that many people without lawyers participate in court cases, and this slide shows how many people represent themselves. This is called self-represented litigants, or SLR for short. Some examples are divorce is a major one, and 40% of Michigan divorces in 2015 were filed by SLRs. 42% of Michigan divorces had no lawyers involved, and 68% of Michigan divorce cases had only one or more self-represented litigant. Eviction is a big one too. In eviction cases between 2014 and 2018, only 5% of tenants were represented by an attorney, whereas 83% of landlords were represented by an attorney. This slide shows so Michigan Legal Help offers legal information. And here you can see the difference between legal information and legal advice. We provide information about common legal problems such as divorce, eviction, debt, and many other topics. The visitor can use our information to decide what to do next. The information on our website is provided to both the plaintiff and the defendant. Michigan Legal Help cannot give legal advice. On the right, you'll see some examples of legal advice. We cannot apply the information to a particular situation or case, and we cannot advise our visitors on a particular course of action. Our information helps many visitors and is not specific to the individual visitor. So, like I said, the world's shortest slideshow, because now I want to get into the website and I can show you to do that. We're going to zoom in on a few topics. I'm going to show you the guide to legal help, which is where this is the section where you can find legal aid and lawyers. And then our two biggest content areas are divorce and eviction. And so I'm going to go in and show you both of those as well. So let's end this. And I'm going to take you to the website. Okay, so we're going to go into our website, which is michiganlegalhelp.org. And here you will see, this is our homepage here. Up at the top here, this is called a ribbon. And up here on the ribbon, you can see where our name and logo is, and you can click this anytime you want to get back to the homepage. Here is the guide to legal help. This is where you'll come if you would like to look for resources on lawyers, on legal aid, that's there. This is the resource library, and the resource library shows you all of our content that we have available. And organizations and courts, this is for the different organizations that may be able to help you. And then, of course, all the courts information in the entire state of Michigan. So let's start off with the guide to legal help. So you can find the tab here that could take you. You could find it right here down. And then this is our resource library. And you can find it here. So let's go to the top and we'll click on the guide to legal help. So how the guide to legal help works is that you click on here and it's going to ask you a series of questions. Whether you're here to help yourself or to help a friend or loved one, you can come over here and you can either click myself or you can do someone else. And if you are helping somebody else, you can answer the questions as if you are them. So let's say I'm here for somebody else and their legal problem is in Michigan. So you want to say yes. Let's say we're going to pick the county in which this is. We are Calhoun. And what I want most, let's say we want a lawyer. However, if you are looking for court forms, you can go here and information about your legal problem is here. So we'll say a lawyer. Then you can pick from, I would like free help from legal aid, or you would like to have a private attorney. So let's say we want legal aid and we'll click continue. Then you want to click as much of these that applies. So let's say that the person that we're helping is 60 or older. Let's say that they said they have a disability, that they are a veteran, and we'll say I'm at risk of homeless or becoming homeless. Okay, and then for this person, you want to answer whether they live alone or if they live with other people. So we're going to say they live alone, and we're going to say their income is about 150, we'll say, a week. Then for this person, we want to answer if they're receiving any of the following. So we'll say food stamps, Social Security, and veterans benefits. Then here's some other questions that we would like to know. So we let's say the other party has a lawyer, and let's say I don't feel comfortable talking to the other party in my case. We can say the way this legal problem gets resolved will have a huge impact on my life. So let's mark these three. And now here is the legal issue. So let's pretend that this person has an eviction issue. So we'll say that they're a tenant and they're the renter. And you can pick from all of these that are going to help you figure out your legal issue. Let's say they are facing eviction. Then you can pick between these ones. And let's say they do not live in subsidized housing. And let's say they got a notice to quit or a demand for possession. And let's say that it was because of non-payment of rent. So after we said we answered those, we found our legal problem and we're going to see the results. So this here brings up all the results we have, and you can see find a lawyer. So this comes up with Calhoun County Eviction Diversion Partners. We have Legal Services of South Central Michigan. You can see that it gives you the phone numbers. You can see that it gives you where to apply online. There's the phone numbers and apply here. It gives you what's called limited scope representation, which are lawyers that will help you with parts of your case. And then we have the State Bar of Michigan Lawyer Referral Service. Next, after they give you the lawyer referrals, then this is your information, your forms, articles, and instructions. So we have the articles here. Here are the forms that this person would need. And then there's also a self-help center here that would help, that can help you if you go there, and they can answer your questions too. And then it also lists out community services. So this person could get help from Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency. And then that lists a phone number as well. And then if you go through this and you're not quite, you didn't quite find what you were looking for, you can always go back and start it again and see if you can answer the questions maybe a little differently. And then it may bring up some different referrals and community services that may help. So let's go back to our ribbon up here, and we're going to go back to the home page. So the next thing that we want to look at is the resource library. This is where all of our different content is going to be housed. You can find it up here, or you can scroll down here, or you can just go to the self-help resources library, which is where I like to go because you can see all of our resources here. So the one that I'm going to focus on first is divorce. So we want to go to the family tab. And then, as I said, the guide to legal help, which is where I was before, you can find it right here, right at the beginning. So let's say we want to go into divorce. So we find the divorce tab. And then now you can see the different types of cases. So we have filing for divorce without children, filing divorce with children. Then you have the defendant side, which is the responding to divorce without children, responding to divorce with children. And then this one is all about after the divorce, so transfer of real property as part of a divorce. So let's go into filing for divorce with children. So as we can see, we open up the resource page here. You have your breadcrumbs, that was what they're called, which is right here. So you can see where you were going. Your ribbon is always up here in case you want to go back. We come down here, and the first thing we want to do is set our county. Now, because I set the county for the guide to legal help, it's already going to remain here. But if you go on here and the first thing you do is go to the divorce or any resource, you want to set your county first. That way it'll bring up the instructions and the step-by-step instructions that you need when you're going to file. So the first thing that comes up after you set your county is the articles. And the best ones always to start off with when you're in your content is the introduction, so that you can just, it'll go in an overview of what a court case looks like. We have then preparing the do-it-yourself tool, and that is our divorce tool that I will later show you in a minute. And then, of course, because this is divorce with children, we have the custody and parenting time and the best interests of the child. So now we want to come down to here to the instructions, and you will pick from 2 sets of instructions, whether it's consent judgment, and then this one is the default judgment, and that's when the defendant doesn't file an answer. But you can go here and you can see it'll give you instructions about how to create your forms. And to create the forms, you're going to use the do-it-yourself tool. And the do-it-yourself tool is actually, we're going to click on that, and it's going to take you to this page. And then you're going to go to create your divorce form. And how this works is it's going to take you to a separate website. This is a website that hosts our forms. And what it does is then the first thing you want to do is you want to create an account. And that way you can always go back to your forms if you need them. So you want to create an account. And then how it's going to work is then it's going to take you through an interview process, much like the Guide to Legal Help. It's going to ask you a series of questions. And then when you are done, you will hit finished, and it'll create the forms for you already filled in. Then all you have to do from there is download them and print them. So if we go back to our do-it-yourself divorce, let's hit the back button, or you can hit the breadcrumb. But we're back to our instructions. So as you can see, we'll say that this one is a consent judgment, and I'll just show you these. You can see how you can prepare your forms. It's going to go through and show you the instructions, how to get your court fees waived, signed. It's going to take you all the way through the court process. It'll even show you how to have your spouse served. If you have questions about that, we even have a article about that. It's going to go all the way down, and then you're going to complete and file your new proof of service. That's for when you serve the judgment, and all the way through. And then it does the same for a default judgment, which is when, like I said before, if the defendant doesn't answer. Then if you want to go back here, and let's say you're just looking for the forms, you can click just forms. And here's the forms that you would need, whichever one you're looking for. If you're looking for the full divorce forms, the quitclaim deed for divorce, if you're looking for the judgment of divorce, or if you're looking for the divorce dismissal, you'll find it all here. Let's say I just want to look at the articles. You can click that, and as you can see, all of our articles are listed, and there's even more here. We have quite a few that you can go through and read. Then more help. And more help is going to take you to the community services that are in the area, the courts and agencies that are in the county, the self-help centers, and then here, there will be legal clinics and events near you. So for that, let's go back to we can hit the breadcrumb here. So we're going to go back to family. And we can go back into divorce. And then we can look at the side from, let's say, responding to divorce with children. And this will be where the defendant or the person who is answering. And as you can see, we have the articles being a defendant in a divorce case. We can show all of these. And then you have how to file an answer and counterclaim. And then that's going to show you, you can even print, as you see here, these instructions so you can use them as a checklist. And this is going to be the same way. It's going to show you, see, here's your do-it-yourself answer and counterclaim. And then it's going to give you the instructions on how to file your forms. And then this will do the same thing. Here's just the forms, just the articles, and of course, more help. And then you can find your community services here, courts and agencies, the self-help centers, and the legal clinics and events. So let's follow our breadcrumbs back to family. So now let's say we're going to go, another big one that we have is custody. And here is the different the different stuff that we have on for custody. Like if you want to file a custody case or you want to respond to a custody case, so you're the defendant, you need to move with your children. So all of these here and responding to a motion to move with your children, these all work the same way. So we'll click on that tab. And as you can see, it's all laid out the same way. So you find your forms and articles, whatever you would like. Always set your county first, so you know you get the exact instructions. You have all of your articles. And then here you have the instructions. And this one even has videos. So you can always watch the videos and it will, like, how to serve divorce and custody papers in case, it's more in depth. So another one that I would like to show you that's very popular that we use is eviction. So we're going to go up to our homepage over here, right here, where it says Michigan Legal Help. And we're going to go to eviction. So how about this time, we're going to use the ribbon and we're going to go to our resource library. And as you can see, it pops up here. So we want to go to, let's say, housing. And this is where you will once again find the guide to legal help. So you can look for referrals for a lawyer. And then here you can see all of our different housing content. So let's say we're going to go into eviction. Now here you can see all the different types of evictions and content. So for instance, we have, I'm being evicted for non-payment of rent, but this one is for non-subsidized housing. This one is for recover of possession of my home. This one here, like we have an eviction from a mobile home park, which is very different from an, like let's say eviction for non-subsidized housing. And then we have some articles that help while you're leasing, which is tenants' rights and responsibilities. That's here. So let's click on the non-payment of rent. So I can show you that one. So it laid out the same way as you can see. This one even has an "Are you being evicted?" So you can select your county for lawyers and other housing help. So we select our county here, and then this is going to bring up our articles. And then this is going to show you how to file an answer in an eviction complaint. And so we have our forms, and then we have all of our steps. And you can see here where we can print them so you can follow your steps. We also have the videos. And then once again, we have all of these community services that you can log on to get some help. Here's the courts and agencies that are in the area, self-help centers, and legal clinics. Another one I want to show you. So we can go back, let's use the breadcrumbs. So we're going to go back to housing. This one is tenants' rights and responsibilities. And this stuff is all about what happens when you are renting. So we have security deposit help for tenants, getting my landlord to make repairs. Let's try This one here is just the tenant's rights and responsibilities. This one I think is a good one. You can get the articles on all of the different problems that may arise, or if you just need information on your rights. The particular ones like this, even though if you put your county in there, you may not see because we don't have instructions or forms or videos, but we do have the community services and the courts and agencies. Then if we go back, oh, that's my dog. We have the subsidized house, Arthur. The subsidized housing, including this one here is if you wanted to apply for subsidized housing. So this one would have, let's click on it. So this one has all your stuff, all your information on subsidized housing. You can learn how to apply if there's an eviction, illegal evictions. So like if we want to learn how to apply for subsidized housing, you can click on that. And as you can see, it's the same, works the same. The reason why there's no instructions on this one, because this one here, let's say we go to this article, and you can see, you can learn the basics of qualifying for and applying. And then, so we would go in here and you can actually find the forms and stuff inside the article, which it would take you to the Michigan. Oh, this is the locator. So, and it's all this information. So we're going to go back up to the home page. And let's just go back and look and see all of the different resources we have. So we have the family, the personal safety, which is a lot of PPO, housing, which I showed you. Another really important one that we use is the money, debt, and consumer issues. I'm going to click on that. So this one has small claims. This is for both the defendant and the plaintiff. If you have a debt problem, you can see here. Garnishment, that one has all of the stuff about if you want, if you are being garnished, if you want to object to a garnishment, that's all here. You want to request an installment payment plan. And then we have creditor and consumer rights here. And of course, we have the guide to legal help so that you can find a lawyer or any other referrals or agencies that may be able to help you. So let's hit the back button here and we'll go back to, we'll go to home. Another one that's big in all of our content is public assistance. So we have the workers' compensation and unemployment here, food and cash benefits, Medicare and Medicaid, and then Social Security benefits. So let's go into Medicare and Medicaid. As you can see, we have the different articles and what we call resources. So let's try Medicare. So we're going to go in here and we're going to put in the county, and then we have the articles. Now, once again, this one doesn't have the instructions or forms because those ones are already in the articles. And usually that means you'd have to go, it's going to take you to a separate website. So don't get discouraged if you see that. But you can scroll down and see the different articles. As you can see, then we have the phone number for the Medicaid helpline. We have a plan finder. So we're going to go back up. And then one thing that I wanted to show you, and every time you're on a page in an article, or if you're on the home page, you're going to see this. And it says need help. And when I told you about live help, when it's on, that's how you're going to log, like you're going to hit that, and then you're going to be talking to somebody on the other end. Sometimes it's me. And but because we are closed right now, you can put your name and email and write a message, and then that's going to send it to our after hours emails. And then usually takes about 24 hours, but less than that, and they'll get answered and we can email you back. Now, if you wanted to look over anytime you are in a article, in a resource, anywhere you'd like to be, you can always hit here, the Espanol, and it'll take you over to our Spanish side. And as you can see here, we'll go back to the English side. And then this here is the search button. So if you do want to search for something in particular, you can put it in here, and then that'll help you out too. Another good way to search is using the guide to legal help, because then you can search it by your legal issue. So let's hit the home page. And we'll keep going down to the resources. Once again, here we see our guide to legal help tool. And then here we can connect you to the self-help centers. This is going to take you to our self-help center resource page. And then you can put your county in there. And as you can see, the different self-help centers that are around your area will pop up, and you can get instructions on for those. So let's go back. Then if you'd like to leave some feedback, we have that, and we really encourage our visitors to leave feedback, because the more feedback we get, the better we can make the website. And then here's our news and events page, our little about Michigan Legal Help. And then down here at the bottom is where you can find some quick links if you want to get involved. If you'd like to order materials, like if you want to order business cards, you can go over here. You can sign up for quarterly content. That's our newsletter. If you need to get back to your forms, this is an excellent way to do it, because you can go right here, and that's going to take you back to your account to get to your forms if you created an account. And if you just wanted to check out the video library, you can go here. And all of our videos come up if you would like to scroll through those.